Hi, everyone. We're here at the Metals Investor Forum January edition. We're doing backstage interviews, and we have today with us Brad Langille of GoGold Resources. Brad, thanks for being here.
Oh, thank you.
It's nice to have you at the Metals Investor Forum in Vancouver, and we have a good crowd out there.
Great crowd.
Absolutely. So let's jump right into it. 2023 was a pretty pivotal year for GoGold. In two ways. You've got Parral that went through some upgrading recently, and then you've got the future really of GoGold, which is Los Ricos, north and south.
Right.
I'll let you tell us maybe a little bit about Parral, some of the evolution there, and then we can perhaps jump to the exploration.
Yeah, I mean, Parral in no way is the most important asset in the company, that's for sure. I mean, it's Los Ricos. It's the flagship, and Los Ricos South and Los Ricos North, and they're going to develop starting over, hopefully this summer. We'll start breaking ground. But Parral is still a very good asset. We've been operating there now for 10 years, and we're into the material that represents the last 5 years of reserves. And that material has a bit more zinc in it. So we realized it was time to add to our SART plant a zinc circuit, which we've done. It was constructed in December. We just are now completed the commissioning, and it's up and running. And the great things about that are that it does a couple things. One thing is our copper that we sell was about 35% copper, so we don't get paid as much for it. But now with the addition of the zinc, it removes the zinc from the copper precipitate, and we're up to about 55% copper. So we get paid quite a bit more for the copper. Also, it produces or regenerates about 7 tons of cyanide a day, which cyanide's $2,500 a ton. So all that put together, we'll ramp up a bit over the next few months, but by the summer, we'll be producing about $1 million US a month of free cash flow at Parral. So it's not insignificant.
Absolutely, it pays a lot of bills.
Pays a lot of bills, yeah.
All right, so Parral has really evolved, but as you say, the future is at Los Ricos. It's kind of divided into two areas. One is more advanced. I'll let you speak to maybe both of those and tell us where things are headed.
In Parral, we've been there since March of 2019, and it's very much what I've done over my career down there with my team. You know, we've looked for these kind of assets from private individuals. So we bought that in 2019. Since then, we've done 250,000 meters of drilling in the district. We took it from 0 ounces to 280 million ounces of silver equivalent. Primarily silver, more than gold, a bit more, about 60% value more silver. Now in Los Ricos South, in 2023 we completed a PEA, and in Los Ricos North we completed a PEA. I would say that in Los Ricos South it's a higher level PEA. It's pretty close to a pre-feasibility study. The biggest difference would have been we didn't have all the geotechnical work for a pre-feasibility. So recently, we've looked at that with our consultants, P&E Engineering, Osenco, who built the mill and engineered the mill at Silvercrest. And those are the consultants we're going to use. And in consultation with them, they said, you know, really, do we need to publish a pre-feasibility? And we jointly decided, no, really, let's just go from that high-level PEA directly to a definitive study. And we should have that definitive study completed by June. Excellent. So, you know, that definitive study will also have front-end engineering design with the scope would have like 400 engineering drawings with it. So it'll be, you know, really at a high level and ready to build.
Excellent. So maybe give us some of the highlights of this project in terms of the cost, the NPV, the internal rate of return, and when we could start to see some of that really be realized.
Yeah, no, it's a high margin project, both Los Ricos South and Los Ricos North. And if you look at Los Ricos South in the PEA, and there will be some changes, obviously we include only measured and indicated will convert to a reserve at a definitive study level. So we'll be talking about reserves now, not resources. But the good thing is that it was very well drilled, so there's not that much inferred. So we should have a very high level of conversion to proven probable. The all-in sustaining costs, as defined so far in the studies, would be about, I think it's $9.05 silver equivalent ounce. And I think it'll be right around, we'll see, but it should be within that range in the final definitive study. For sure, I think we'll be under $10 all-in sustaining. And then in Los Ricos North, that study as well, it's under $10 all-in sustaining cost. So NPV, Los Ricos South right now, 458 million US, 5% discount, and after tax, of course. Los Ricos North, 413 million NPV, and after tax, a 5% discount. What we're looking at production, Los Ricos South, about 8 million ounces silver equivalent per year, around $80 million of free cash flow a year. Los Ricos North, and it's 3-4 years behind Los Ricos South, and it would be about 8.8 million ounces a year of production. So, we have the South, which really, two other great companies would be Silvercrest and Aya. Mm-hmm. And it really makes us a Silvercrest or an Aya. Mm-hmm. And we think we should be able to get the similar valuation. It'll be similar cash flows, it'll be similar costs. And, but on top of that, we have Los Ricos North. Exactly. Which is next in the pipeline after Los Ricos South. Now, Los Ricos South, we applied for a permit last April. We've gone all through the steps of the permitting process. We're at the final step, which is a technical inspection on site. We're very confident that'll go very well. And from there, it's, getting a permit signed. We're quite confident it'll be by mid-year, we're gonna have that underground permit. Mm-hmm. That's all we need to start, right. Underground permit. Again, Los Ricos North is 3 or 4 years behind Los Ricos South. Now, the good thing, Peter, is we have a lot of cash. We got $95 million US cash in the bank, and we'll have Parral generating $1 million a month, and even the interest rate now on that $95 million is generating quite a lot of money. So really, we don't need any more equity. We have a data room open. We have about 10 parties who are participating in looking at the debt package, and in that debt package, we want to have things like lots of flexibility, right? Best cost of capital, but sure. Flexibility, because as we're building Los Ricos South, we want to be able to continue to advance Los Ricos North so that we have it at a feasibility level when Los Ricos South is finished, because it's next in the pipeline. You take 8 million ounces in the south, 8.8 in the north. Parral, maybe Parral will still be, right. We're looking at a few other tailings that might come into Parral, but just the north and south, we're about 17 million ounces, which is a production around a Hecla. Exactly. And all in cost under $10. So if I may just say, our value equation is that we're about 400 million Canadian right now. With Canadian cash, it'd be around 125 million. If you look at a Silvercrest, an Aya, they're kind of around 1.2 billion, and just execution here. Exactly. And we can get that kind of 3x, maybe 4x. Sure. And because giving some value for Absolutely. The north, and then get the north built, and then we're evaluation maybe in more towards a Hecla. Exactly. And I think they're around 2.3 or 2.5 billion. Mm-hmm. So. That's what we're totally focused on is execution right now. Right. Yeah.
So it's interesting. Just one of the 2 Los Ricos projects is approximately the current market cap of your company. Does that make sense?
Yeah, current market cap. Yeah, in production. I mean, right. It's in production, if they're really that kind of billion plus. Absolutely. And really, you take the cash, you take those projects. And we're clearly getting probably a lot more discount than we deserve, right? I think there's a little bit of an overhang from Mexico, sure. Yep. And permitting. Sure. But we're very confident about that. We're asking for an underground permit. We're not asking for an open pit. Right. Yeah. That should help tremendously. Yeah. And Parral helps us there as well, because Parral's really an environmental cleanup. Exactly. And the Environmental Authority of Mexico, they really like Parral. They like what we're doing there. So, we're really confident that we're going to get that permit. And that's going to be a giant catalyst for the company. Exactly. Yep. Being a good corporate citizen, helping obviously your shareholders, but obviously also helping
the city of Parral and the environment in that area. So certainly going in the right direction.
Yeah, no, 27 years in Mexico. We certainly have lots of a very strong network down there. And, we have the capital to get the job done. And this will be mine number 5 in our build over those 27 years.
Excellent. Well, Brad, thank you for this overview of GoGold. There's a lot to look forward to. I think that you're in a space that is special because silver already is a narrow sector. And there are not many companies at your stage and that have this kind of potential going forward in terms of, having de-risked so much and being so close to bringing a new asset into production that's high grade, profitable, low cost. It's really something quite unique and attractive to look at.
And having the opportunity to hear you speak about silver today, and I look at that, I agree with your analysis, and we hope to be there coming into production and coming into that good silver market.
Just as that develops.
Your analysis says. Yeah, that's great.
Well, again, thanks very much. Been a pleasure.